Why is Israel bombing Syria? Not over Iran, but to protect the Druze. And who are they? This is the most volatile flashpoint in southern Syria right now. Let's break it down. On Tuesday, Syrian government forces entered Suwayda, a stronghold of the Druze community in the country's south. This move triggered Israeli airstrikes on the advancing Syrian troops. Israel says it's protecting the Druze. The Syrian government says it's defending its own territory. And the region is once again at the edge of another explosive conflict. Clashes erupted over the weekend in Suwayda between local Druze militias and Bedouin tribes. 30 people were killed. Dozens more were injured. In response, the Syrian government sent in troops. But it lost 18 soldiers in the clashes. This week, Islamist militias allied with the Syrian government joined the fight. That's made things worse. A senior Druze figure has now called for international protection. Israel responded swiftly. Its military said it struck military vehicles belonging to Syrian regime forces in the area of Suwayda. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office issued a statement. Israel is committed to preventing harm to the Druze in Syria due to the deep brotherly alliance with our Druze citizens in Israel and their familial and historical ties to the Druze in Syria. The Syrian Foreign Ministry said civilians and security forces were killed in Israeli strikes, but didn't give exact numbers. They called the strikes a blatant violation of the sovereignty of the Syrian Arab Republic and a reprehensible example of ongoing aggression and foreign interference in the internal affairs of sovereign states. The Druze are an Arab sect of about 1 million people. Most live in Syria, Lebanon, and Israel. In Syria, they're concentrated in 3 southern provinces near the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights. They practice an offshoot of Islam that began in 11th century Egypt. No one can convert in or out. No intermarriage is allowed. More than 20,000 Druze live in the Golan Heights, alongside about 25,000 Israeli settlers. Inside Israel, 130,000 Druze live in the north, mostly in the Carmel and Galilee regions. Unlike most minorities in Israel, Druze men are conscripted into the military. Many have risen to high ranks in the army, police, and intelligence. After the fall of Bashar al-Assad in late 2024, Syria's new president Ahmed al-Shara promised inclusion. But extremist Sunni forces loyal to him have continued attacking minorities. In March, hundreds of Alawites, the sect Assad belonged to, were killed in Latakia. In April, clashes between pro-government forces and Druze militias killed over 100. The main issue between the Druze and Syria's new regime, disarmament. Al-Shara wants to integrate all militias into a central army. But the Druze refuse to give up their weapons. They also accuse the new regime of sidelining them. Only one Druze minister was included in al-Shara's government. Several key Druze leaders were excluded from national dialogue efforts. Al-Shara's Islamist background and jihadist past have made the Druze wary. Israel says it's acting out of solidarity with the Druze. Netanyahu calls them brothers to Israeli Druze citizens. Israel has even declared a demilitarized zone inside Syria, saying it bans any armed forces from entering southern Syria. But Damascus rejects this. It says Israel has no right to dictate terms inside Syria's borders. Here's where it gets complicated. Despite bombing Syria, Israel has been in indirect and direct talks with the new government in Damascus. The U.S. is pushing for Syria to join the Abraham Accords, normalizing ties with Israel. A senior U.S. official told CNN last month, "It is to Syria's benefit to lean towards Israel." Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar confirmed this. Israel is interested in expanding the Abraham Accords circle of peace and normalization. We have an interest in adding countries such as Syria and Lebanon, our neighbors, to the circle of peace and normalization. But Israeli attacks on Syria keep complicating the talks. Netanyahu has repeatedly called al-Shaara's government an extremist Islamic regime. And in May, he reportedly urged Trump not to lift sanctions on Syria, fearing a repeat of the October 7, 2023 Hamas-led attacks. What's next? Israel says it will continue to defend the Druze. Syria says it won't tolerate foreign attacks. Meanwhile, Suwayda is burning again. And the Druze community is once more caught between governments, militias, and missiles.